Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I actually had to look at my calendar to see what day it was because we just got back from Mexico and the last week is kind of a blur of days. So, good morning, everyone. I'm Tara Truax. I'm a triple diamond here at Vital Health. And we did just get back from Vital Summit in Porta, where I guess we were in Nueva Vallarta, Mexico. And I am really actually, number one, I'm jumping on, and many of us ended up with some sort of stomach bug flying home. So this is going to be short and sweet because I want to make sure I don't have to run to the bathroom in emergency, but also it's a little bit about what I actually want to talk to you guys about today. So this will be short and sweet, and hopefully will inspire some of you to kind of look at where you're at, look at your journey, look at where it's taking you so far, and turn around and reflect on the dots. Because I've always said you can never see how you connect the dots of your life forward. You can actually only see how all those dots connect when you turn around and you look at your life to where you are now. And just getting to Puerto Vallarta for Vital Summit for us, for me and my husband, actually, when I look back at the dots, it's pretty funny. You guys, I encourage you, if you have not made the commitment yet to go to Anaheim, to go to Vital Fest, I want you to really take a minute right now and take a deep breath and open your heart and be very, very, very present. Because there is something very special and very unique that happens in a room at the timing that we are in now. And I actually wish, and hopefully very soon, you guys will hear from a couple of the people that attended with us that, we had Jackie and Julie from Canada there. We had 2 people from Canada in a room full of a couple hundred people. 2. I guarantee you, in the near future, there will be hundreds from Canada there, and I have chills. There were, I don't even know, there were less than 20 people that spoke English in a room of hundreds. And that I can tell you till you're blue in the face, but in our bubble, in our mind, in the story we create every single day of who we are in Vital Health and what we're creating, okay? It is a story. You cannot verify and validate that story until you are in that room and you truly see this very, very, like we're like a teeny little sprout breaking through the earth that has worked so hard to bust through, and we're this teeny sprout. That is the English speaking market. That is us right now. That is part of who you represent. That is part of what you're bringing here. And this sprout, this part of what we're pushing through right now, you guys, when a flower has to break through the surface of the earth, it has to work so hard just to get out to that little sprout. That is us right now. And some of you, in this effort to break through the surface, to get your sunlight, to bring who you are to the light of Vital Health, you feel like you're working so hard that you can't do it anymore. And I know, because the struggles all of us get in our small bubbles where we are with our families, with the journey, coming from a great trip and coming home and running to the bathroom. Those things happen. And when you're in a room with humans that are all going through those same things together, and we can look in each other's eyes and we can laugh and we can make jokes and we can come together and we can hug to a point that brings tears to our eyes because we are creating something that's special. This is real. And you must be in that room. You must be in that room in Anaheim to feel it. There is no way to feel what we have here without being present, you guys. This Zoom, these AM powers, all of these things are wonderful assets and tools. But in the end, you are still in the prison of your mind. And I will say this till I'm blue in the face: every ounce of suffering in your life, in your business, anywhere, is created in your mind, because it is not reality. It is not reality. So if you have not gotten your ticket yet to Anaheim on the 1st and the 2nd, you guys, getting my husband to Vital Summit was difficult. I didn't think I'd be able to get him there. Not only did he have to take off work from his full-time job to get there, we also have 3 small kids that all have 3 different schools, and they all have very different schedules that we need to get to school, because they still had school Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, school there at pickup and home, overnights. They can't stay home alone. And then the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We also have a giant dog that many of you guys know about because she went viral. And that's a training for another day, because if you guys are not willing to be fully seen in every way, shape, and form, you're not willing to be fully to shine your light in the world. That's a whole other story for another day. But a giant dog that we had to have care for while we're gone. All of that costs money, a lot of money. And we don't have family to do that where we live. And we had to go through our list of people that we could possibly trust with our children. And it was no, that we didn't have anybody until one day, out of the blue, my husband and I were driving and a name popped in my head. And I looked at him and I said, I didn't think of that. And he's like, oh. I'm like, let me text her. And once I text her, we were able within a couple hours to have the whole trip planned out. She could come and watch our kids. Her sister came to help us. It was multiple people figuring out the pattern just for my husband to get there with me. Why? Because I knew it was so important to have my main shareholder in my business there, to meet Tony, to meet Alex, to be there with David, to be there with Brooke, to be there with the rest of our team, to have that experience at this time so he could fully understand why I am so invested and so fighting as we break through the surface here in the English-speaking market and what it's for. So if you can get your shareholders there with you, if you can get your family there with you, if you can get your partners there with you, please do it. Because he sees it, he felt it. And the first thing he said, after all the things we've been through in this industry, and so many owners, you guys, where he can see right through them, he said, the heart of this, that can't be duplicated. The heart of this, just feeling this, that's real. And because of that, I know what you guys are going to do here is going to be very special. That can only be felt in person, you guys. So looking back at all the dots and all the struggle that got us to Summit, I would not change it for the world. And I promise you, whatever things you're facing to get to November 1st and 2nd to Vital Fest, I want you to walk across the stage as a bronze, as a silver, as a sapphire. Everybody gets to walk across the stage. Everybody gets to be seen in who you are. Everybody. And right now, if you get a ticket, you get a ticket for a guest. Until the end of today, please do it. Please invest in yourself. Please use this energy to help us all break through the surface, because it's us collectively that gets us to where we're going in Vital Health. And I will never, ever, ever be in a room again with only less than 20 English speakers. Because in Anaheim, there's going to be a whole lot more of us. And together, we're going to collectively build to the next one where there'll be a whole lot more and a whole lot more. And I want you to be part of it. I want you to share your story on the next call of your experience. I want you to have the laughs and the cries and the hugs and the true heartfelt experiences of Tony stage diving off of the stage before we eat dinner, even us laughing culturally as we ate dinner at 9:30 at night at a 6:30 event that we thought dinner was at 6:30 because it was so different. You guys, this forever will be something that's special to us and we will always laugh about. And I could tell you these stories till I blue in the face, but I'm telling you, we are in network marketing, and network marketing is with people. Babies are not made online. I'm going to say this again. Babies are not made online. When I met my spouse, I actually met him online. We did not have a baby by talking online. No, you have to be in person. You have to be with people. You have to create community. Your babies are your team. Your babies are what sprouts when you guys create special community, laughter, inside jokes. Those only happen in real time, in real life. So please be there. It's 11:11. Oh, I love it. So I want to tell you guys a story of something that I had happen the week before we left. And it was a very important story for me in understanding that sometimes we get so focused on the destination and where we're going, we miss the signs that are there helping us. And I just got chills when I said this, because some of you right now may be in a struggle. Some of you right now may just see a vision. Some of you right now may again be in the prison of the story you've created in your mind and living in the suffering. Suffering is not real. It is a story. Get out of your mind, drop into your heart, and be present in the now. Your life is being created in the moment right now that you're choosing. So while I was driving from upstate New York, I did get home last week from a retreat before we left. And I had to get home before my son's back to school night. My husband had done 2 back to school nights and 1 picture day solo without me. And they needed me there for this back to school night. And I had to leave this retreat at 1 o'clock and I was in upstate New York. Okay, so that drive without traffic is 3.5 hours. But you have to go around New York City in order to get home. It doesn't matter which way you go, you have to go around New York City one way or another. And I knew I was leaving there at 1. I was going to hit New York City at commute time, okay? Anytime any of you guys have lived in a big city, DC, New York City, San Francisco, any of those, I've lived in all of them. When you hit a commute time, you suddenly add exponential hours to your time, hours, literally. And so I was looking at a way to go around the city so I did not have to cross the George Washington Bridge, okay? The George Washington Bridge right now, just so you know, it's 1 lane to get on and off. 1 lane. It's a disaster, so I needed to avoid it. So I put into my GPS before I left the way around the city. And I looked at my phone and I said, okay, that's great. Get in the car, type it into my GPS in the car, and my GPS in the car is only giving me the way through the city. It doesn't matter what alternate routes I put in, it's still only giving me the way to the city. So I say, okay, I'm going to follow my phone, what my phone says, and I'm going to follow the directions on my phone, and then my GPS in the car will change, because if I follow a different route, you know, your GPS changes often. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. Partway through my drive, I realized my phone stops, like it's not telling me where to go anymore. And I'm like, wait, I'm now following, and I'm like, I'm going to the city. What is going on? Because I'm still looking at the GPS up here, but my phone is not telling me what to do. And I looked down, and for whatever reason, the directions had stopped going on my phone. I was like, crap. I need to get home for this back to school day. So I'm driving and I'm trying to put the directions in, and I realize I'm like not paying attention. I'm like swerving. I'm like looking at this, trying to decide at this, trying to look at drive. How many of you guys in business, okay, not driving, in business on a daily basis, even now, maybe you're on the AM power and you're doing something else and you're sending someone a message and how many of you guys multitask in so many directions that nothing has your total focus? So I literally stopped. I got to pull over. I need to give this. Yes, people are saying me. I pulled over. I need to give this my full presence right now. And I need to really look at where I'm going and put this in correct. Okay. Yeah. Those of you who do many, many, many things and your energy is distracted, this is a lesson for you. So I stopped for a minute, looked at that, fixed it. I'm like, oh crap. I actually, because for whatever reason, okay, I didn't turn it off. So for whatever reason, bigger than myself, which you'll find out in a minute, it turned off because I missed the exit that I was supposed to take. I'd already missed it. So I saw the next exit and I'm like, all right, this is where I'm going to go. It looks like I'm going to go, I still am going to go around the Tappan Zee Bridge instead of George Washington. That's fine. So I get going. And as I'm driving, I get across the Tappan Zee Bridge and I see Garden State Parkway. Okay, so I know if I stay on the Garden State Parkway, eventually it will get me to the New Jersey Turnpike, which is a straight shot home. Okay, I know that. And so I'm so focused on that way is the way, because that way will get me home. Now, my GPS is telling me one thing. My phone is telling me something else. And I'm seeing the time get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm like, uh-oh, this is going to be a problem. Okay. I'm already past, I am actually not past New York City, but I am across the water. Okay. So there's two things: across the water, past New York City. Not past New York City yet, but I am across the water. So my phone tells me to get off the freeway. And I'm like, if I get off the freeway now, I'm going to have to take back roads. Like, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to go through the city. So I skip it. Tells me again to get off. I'm like, oh, I'm like arguing. And here's my GPS up here telling me something completely different. So I have one thing telling me where to go, something telling me something different, and me in my mind saying, okay, if I follow this path, no matter what, I know it'll get me there. Finally, I could see there was one more exit. It told me to get off and I could see ahead. It was a dead stop. Traffic was a dead stop. And I was like, you know what? Maybe this is a sign. Maybe actually I need to listen to what things are telling me and follow this. And so I got off. I followed the directions. And next thing you know, I'm driving up this absolutely gorgeous route. It takes you over the cliffs. It is so absolutely beautiful. Zero traffic at all, none. And I have chills and I'm like, this is the route that it was trying to take me. And I was avoiding it every step of the way because I had in my head what had to happen. In my head, I had what had to happen. And I almost missed the beautiful route that it took me. It was absolutely gorgeous, and no traffic whatsoever. I ended up getting all the way through. It took me all the way around. And I ended up getting way past New York City in a time that I wouldn't have. And I saw my message really quick there. I saw it. I said, Tara, sometimes you're so set on where you're going, you miss the signs. And we have distractions of other things like that other GPS telling me it was confusing me. How many of you guys go online and do a search or ask 20 people opinions and it confuses you? How many times do you have different things coming at you that you get confused and you miss the most important thing that is being shown to you to get you the most direct way? I listened to that message about my friend who could watch my kids and something made me text her and I was able to create that and get my husband on the trip. I listened at the last minute, thank God, and took that last turn and was able to get past New York City in an okay time. But then on the way home, you guys, it was the most beautiful weather. It was like 80 when I left New York City. It was gorgeous, gorgeous weather. And as I'm driving, torrential downpours started. And there was not a cloud in the sky, not a cloud. Torrential downpours, so much that everyone driving had their flashers on. No one was going more than 40 miles per hour. Even like the guys, I do actually have a bigger car, but even the guys, big trucks who seem to speed by no matter what the traffic is, everyone had their flashers on. It was like literally like a snowstorm. It was that heavy of rain. Not once did I feel unsafe or scared. And I realized that in that moment, I was also being shown the power of presence and focus. I wasn't projecting into the future of what if I didn't get home? What could happen? What if something happened ahead of me and I wasn't prepared? What if? I was so focused on the line next to me, which I could see was yellow, and the lights in front of me, which we had a good distance in front, but I made sure it was a distance that I could actually see lights. And I just focused so much. I turned off the radio, turned off the sound, everything for 2 hours straight. Torrential downpour for 2 hours. And I was just present and focused on the next thing. No distractions. When do you do that in your life? When are you so present and not distracted by notifications, animals, kids, social media, music? When are you so focused that you're out of your mind, not projecting into the fear that something could actually happen to you, but you are just here and now and present? Because if you started being here and now and present in your business, you'll get to where you want to go. You'll probably find a different route that's actually absolutely beautiful. You'll probably create new memories and meet new people in the way. And I made it home at 5:30. We left our house at 5:40. I made my husband drive. About 5:40, we got to open house at 6 o'clock. And I made it. I had 10 minutes to spare. Enough time to run inside, grab, go to the bathroom, and go. And if I would have been thinking about being late, when you think about suffering, my husband felt sick on the plane coming home, and I looked at him and I said, are you thinking about the wrongness of you not feeling well? Or are you focusing on you being very present and in your body and breathing? And he went, oh. When we focus on what is wrong, we generate more of what is wrong. When we focus on where we are and what we have and that present moment, you all can create limitlessly. So wherever you are, whatever challenge you are going through right now, whatever moment you're in, is a moment that is going to help break through the surface, because everything you desire in your life is on the other side of suffering, and suffering only happens in your mind. So use this moment, use this tool, use what is happening, have gratitude for it, each one of you. And I hope I see every single one of you in Anaheim on the 1st and 2nd, and that you buy your ticket before the end of today and you get your guest pass and you bring someone there with you, because we will never have a moment like this again. And I want you there with us as part of this moment. You guys have an incredible day. I will see you tonight on tonight's opportunity call. We will be there tonight. I will see each one of you then, and I hope I get to hug every single one of you on this call. That's hundreds of hugs on November 1st and 2nd. Goodbye, you guys. Have a great day.